In the late 1980s, a massive alien spacecraft was silently hovering over Johannesburg, South Africa. Its sleek metallic surface reflects the hazy African sun, casting an ominous shadow across the sprawling city. From the streets, people gaze upward, their faces a mixture of awe, fear, and confusion. News outlets worldwide broadcast the spectacle, with reporters interviewing experts, all speculating on the intentions of the extraterrestrial visitors. Some suggest peaceful first contact, while others predict an invasion. Governments scramble to respond, but despite global efforts, no communication with the ship can be established. For 3 months, the ship remains motionless, adding to the unease. Helicopters fly around it, military forces are mobilized, and even scientists can only observe from a distance, unable to fathom the true nature of the visitors. As tensions grow, a decision is made to take a direct approach. A team of specialists is formed, and after a painstaking operation, they breach the ship's hull. Inside, they discover a horrifying sight. Thousands of alien creatures, emaciated and disoriented, their once proud forms now reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. These aliens, resembling large crustaceans, are soon dubbed prawns by the media. Despite their advanced technology, the prawns appear leaderless and disconnected, creating a complex moral dilemma for their human rescuers. The prawns are transported to Earth and housed in a refugee camp named District 9. Initially, the camp is designed as a temporary solution, but it soon becomes a suffocating, overcrowded slum. What begins as curiosity soon morphs into xenophobia and resentment as public opinion shifts. The future of the prawns, once the object of fascination, are now seen as an unwanted threat, and the camp deteriorates into an area of exploitation and systemic oppression. Wikus van der Merwe is introduced as an unassuming and somewhat naive bureaucrat working for multinational United, MNU, the corporation tasked with managing the prawn population. Despite his lack of experience, Wikus is eager to prove himself. His promotion to a key leadership role is not earned by merit, but rather by his connection to the company's upper ranks. His father-in-law, a high-ranking MNU executive, plays a major role in his advancement. Wikus's public persona is one of charm and amiability, traits that endear him to his colleagues but also mask his profound lack of understanding regarding the ethical implications of his work. At first, he is wholly unaware of MNU's ulterior motives, seeing the project as an opportunity to make a difference rather than a cynical corporate initiative to exploit alien technology. His new assignment, to oversee the relocation of the prawns from District 9 to a more remote area, is presented as a humanitarian mission, but it is clear that the real goal is to control and contain the alien population in a manner that benefits MNU's hidden agenda. As Wikus enthusiastically prepares for the operation, he is full of confidence, cracking jokes and exuding optimism despite his obvious inexperience. His portrayal as a well-meaning but out-of-depth figure makes him a sympathetic yet flawed protagonist. The scene sets the stage for his upcoming transformation, as his personal journey intertwines with the increasingly oppressive environment of District 9, creating an explosive mix of corporate greed, moral compromise, and alien tension. The relocation operation begins with the forceful entry of MNU agents, led by Wikus, into District 9. The camp, which was once filled with makeshift homes and the remnants of alien technology, now sits in a state of chaos and decay. The prawns, though still technologically advanced, are treated with a mixture of disdain, pity, and fear by the humans. The MNU agents enter with heavy equipment, armed with guns and bulldozers, as the camera pans over the dilapidated structures and the alien populace, some of whom are cowering in fear, others showing signs of resistance. Wikus and his team distribute eviction notices, though the prawns, struggling with language barriers and cultural differences, cannot comprehend the legal documents they are given. The eviction operation is a stark illustration of the power imbalance, with the prawns subjected to intimidation, physical force, and manipulation. MNU's agents offer little in the way of assistance, merely pushing the prawns further into the corner of society. The systematic dehumanization of the prawns is evident as they are treated like cattle, herded into temporary housing and their homes dismantled with little regard for their well-being. Wikus, although initially conflicted, quickly becomes desensitized to the operation, following orders without questioning the broader implications. However, his encounter with a particular prawn, Christopher Johnson, forces him to confront the complexity of the situation. As Wikus enters Christopher's home, he discovers an alien lab, filled with advanced technology and a mysterious cylindrical device. When Wikus unwittingly activates the device, he is sprayed with a strange fluid, unknowingly setting the stage for his inevitable transformation. Soon after his exposure to the alien fluid, Wikus's condition begins to deteriorate rapidly. What starts as minor symptoms, a rash, nausea, and skin discoloration, quickly escalates into a more disturbing transformation. His fingernails begin to fall off, his skin takes on alien textures, and he is racked with intense, debilitating pain. Desperate to understand what is happening to him, Wikus seeks medical help, only for the doctors to make a horrifying discovery. His left arm has begun to transform into a prawn limb. News of his condition quickly reaches MNU, and while Wikus is horrified by his physical changes, MNU scientists view his situation with a mix of fascination and opportunism. They recognize the incredible potential of his transformation. For the first time, a human being has gained the ability to operate alien weaponry. The realization that Wikus's hybrid DNA allows him to activate alien technology leads MNU to abandon any pretense of aiding him. Instead, they imprison him and subject him to painful experiments, forcing him to test alien weapons while enduring physical and psychological torture. During these brutal sessions, Wikus is pushed to his limits, his alien strength growing with each passing day. As the pain intensifies, so does his determination to escape. His flight from MNU's lab is both chaotic and desperate, highlighting his growing physical abilities, but also the horror he feels as he comes to terms with the irreversible changes happening to his body. The transformation represents the loss of his humanity, and his struggle to hold onto his former identity adds a deeply emotional layer to his character. With Wikus' escape from MNU is frantic and filled with uncertainty. Now branded a fugitive, he is hunted down by both MNU and the media, who portray him as a dangerous biohazard. His physical transformation progresses rapidly, with more of his body taking on alien characteristics, further alienating him from the human world. As Wikus flees through the streets, he is confronted by hostile humans and alien sympathizers alike, unsure who to trust or where to turn. In his desperation, he seeks the help of Christopher Johnson, the prawn he previously encountered during the forced evictions. Though initially distrustful, Christopher agrees to assist Wikus after learning the truth about the cylindrical device that Wikus confiscated. The device, it turns out, is a key to activating the mothership, which has been dormant since the aliens first arrived. Christopher explains that the fluid Wikus was exposed to is critical to powering the ship, and that it holds the key to reversing Wikus' transformation. But retrieving the fluid from MNU headquarters is no simple task. It's a near impossible mission, fraught with danger. Despite their differences, the two unlikely allies form a tenuous bond, with Christopher offering guidance and expertise in navigating the alien technology, while Wikus provides the physical strength needed to evade MNU's growing efforts to recapture him. The scenes between them, laced with both tension and moments of reluctant camaraderie, reveal the growing mutual respect between the two characters. Despite their vastly different origins, they find common ground in their shared goal of survival. Wikus and Christopher's partnership is tested as they embark on a perilous mission to infiltrate MNU's heavily fortified facility. Their route is fraught with danger, as MNU's forces have ramped up their efforts to track down Wikus, deploying drones and armed patrols throughout the city. The tension is palpable as the duo strategizes their way through a series of security checkpoints, each one more hazardous than the last. Using a combination of alien technology and Wikus's growing hybrid abilities, they navigate the labyrinthine corridors of the MNU. Wikus's hybrid strength allows him to overpower guards and tear through obstacles, but his ability to control the alien technology remains unpredictable. As they approach the heart of the facility, the duo encounters more resistance, with alarms blaring and security drones closing in. Their mission to retrieve the cylinder is a high-stakes operation, with every decision carrying the weight of their lives. The scene is filled with moments of tension as the pair narrowly escape capture multiple times, with close calls that showcase their resourcefulness and determination. As they reach the heart of MNU's operations, Wikus's growing alien instincts clash with his lingering human emotions, leading to moments of internal conflict. Christopher, ever calm and collected, balances Wikus's impulsive nature with strategic thinking, ensuring they stay one step ahead of their pursuers. Their escape is chaotic and fast-paced, with explosive action sequences and an undercurrent of desperation. The scene ends with the pair securing the device, but the victory feels fleeting as the true magnitude of their mission sinks in. Back in District 9, Christopher examines the damaged alien ship and delivers devastating news to Wikus. Although the fluid can power the ship to reach the mothership, reversing Wikus' transformation requires advanced medical technology only available on the alien vessel. The process, Christopher explains, will take 3 years to complete, adding another layer of emotional weight to the situation. Wikus, devastated by this revelation, lashes out at Christopher, accusing him of betrayal and of prioritizing his people over the promise of reversing his transformation. The emotional conflict between the two characters reaches its peak in this scene, as Wikus struggles to come to terms with his fate. His growing alien instincts clash violently with his human desires, leading to an outburst of rage. Christopher, calm but resolute, attempts to reason with Wikus, explaining the necessity of waiting for the advanced medical technology to restore him. However, Wikus's desperation blinds him to this logic, and the two men clash violently. Just as tensions reach a boiling point, MNU forces, led by the ruthless Kubus Venter, launch a surprise attack on their hideout. The ambush is swift and brutal, with Wikus and Christopher taken prisoner in a matter of minutes. The power dynamics shift once again, with Christopher's calm resolve contrasting sharply against Wikus's frantic desperation. The brutal tactics of MNU add to the tension, leaving both men in the hands of their enemies and setting the stage for the explosive events to come. Prisoned within MNU's facility, Wikus and Christopher undergo grueling interrogations and experiments, their physical and emotional suffering intensified by the cruel nature of their captors. The scene is a grim reflection of MNU's unchecked power. With their overwhelming odds, both men refuse to brew immense pain, despite the merciless tactics putting both characters through. Wikus, though weakened, escape. The action escalates as Wikus's strength and newfound determination, allowing him to overpower MNU's mercenary abilities, come to the forefront. A transformation channels his hybrid stories and stage a daring breakout. Emotional stakes. As Wikus, filled with high-paced action and the escape sequence is intense. Transformation becomes a tool of resistance rather than a curse. Christopher, though more fragile physically, acts as the strategic mastermind, guiding Wikus through the facility's maze-like corridors and directing their movements. Together, they stage a brutal counterattack, with Wikus wielding alien weaponry with deadly precision. The mercenaries, led by the vengeful Coob Vinter, are relentless in their pursuit, but the duo fights back with equal fervor. The scene ends in a fierce battle, with explosions rocking the facility and Wikus's transformation solidifying his place as both a hero and a symbol of resistance. The final showdown takes place in the heart of District 9, where MNU's forces converge in a final attempt to capture Wikus and eliminate Christopher. Amidst the chaos, Wikus stumbles upon an abandoned alien exosuit, which he quickly dons. The suit, a marvel of alien engineering, enhances Wikus's strength and abilities, giving him an advantage over MNU's forces. The exosuit is a symbol of his transformation, both physically and emotionally, as it amplifies his newfound powers. As the battle rages, Wikus uses the suit to devastating effect, turning the tide in their favor. The fight reaches its apex as Coob Vinter confronts Wikus in a brutal one-on-one duel. The stakes are raised as the two men engage in a vicious combat, with the exosuit giving Wikus the upper hand. However, Vinter's tenacity and ruthlessness make him a formidable opponent. As the battle intensifies, Wikus's sense of sacrifice emerges as he risks his life to protect Christopher and his son. The fight culminates in an explosive clash, with Vinter's defeat marking the final blow to MNU's plan. As the dust settles, Christopher and his son make their way to the ship, leaving Wikus behind, in the hope that he will return to reverse his transformation. The final battle is a cathartic moment for Wikus, who has gone from a naive bureaucrat to a heroic figure willing to sacrifice everything for a greater cause. With the ship's systems restored, Christopher and his son prepare for departure. The scene is emotionally charged, with both characters reflecting on the journey they have shared. Christopher promises Wikus that he will return in 3 years to help reverse his transformation, and the emotional weight of this promise lingers in the air. As the ship ascends into the night sky, the lights of the vessel cutting through the darkness symbolize both hope and uncertainty for the future. Wikus watches in silence, his battered exosuit a testament to his sacrifices. The departure marks the end of the immediate conflict, but the underlying tensions remain. The prawns, though still marginalized, now have a glimmer of hope that one day they will be liberated. As the ship disappears into the distance, the film leaves open the question of what the final image of the ship's ascent serves as a poignant reminder that the journey is far from over, and that change is possible, even in the most unlikely of circumstances. The final scene shifts focus to the aftermath of the conflict. News broadcasts speculate on the significance of Christopher's departure, with some questioning whether the prawns will return as allies or invaders. Meanwhile, District 9 remains a somber reflection of humanity's failure to coexist with the unknown. The squalid conditions of the camp serve as a stark reminder of the systemic oppression faced by the prawns, even as their potential for liberation grows. In a quiet, emotionally charged moment, the camera zooms in on a prawn sitting alone in the camp, crafting a delicate flower out of scrap metal. This poignant gesture is a callback to Wikus's earlier attempt to create a similar flower for his wife, symbolizing the enduring humanity within even the most alien of beings. The film closes with this solitary figure, a silent reminder that hope can endure even in the face of overwhelming adversity. The haunting image of the flower set against the backdrop of District 9 lingers in people's mind, raising questions about prejudice, redemption, and the possibility of reconciliation between species. The film ends on a bittersweet note, suggesting that while the battle may be over, the fight for understanding and coexistence is just beginning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth recaps and reviews. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the hidden truths in every story.